PZTV.com. If you are tuning in from there, let me know as well in the comments. We are linking all the things up like we always do, so definitely drop me a comment as you pop in. Give me just a minute. I think I could probably, there we go. Yep, awesome. Welcome. Good to see everyone. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, friends. Hi, Heather. How is everybody doing today? It's going to be fun. We got so much to talk about. We are continuing on our path with a little bit of spicy apple education. That's been the behind the scent this week so far. It's been so much fun. I'm loving it because it's definitely one of my favorite fragrances, especially this time of year, even though it is still summertime. We were just talking about that this morning about how, it's the seasons are going to shift, as far as fragrance wise, but it doesn't always feel that way here in Houston. So hopefully I'll definitely get used to that after a while. But wherever you are tuning in from, let me know in the comments. As always, I love having you all in here. I've got a lot of fun stuff planned for today. We had some restocks yesterday that we're going to talk about as well. If you are new to me, to Pink Zebra, let me know in the comments, #newbie. I always love to know if I have, yes, Teresa, definitely. I always love to know if I've got new people up in the house, never before seen #newbie before seen Pink Zebra and that sort of thing. So definitely let me know. I am linking up all of the platforms. Hi, Phyllis. How are you today? If you want to shop the live, right, the best way to do so would be to log into your account on pinkzebrahome.com. And from there, you'll be able to see everything that I'm talking about today. Today is definitely, and yesterday, if you were on yesterday, we had so much fun with some of the different fragrances, definitely the apple scents and then some. We really came out with some great blends. And so hopefully today we're actually going to spin it around a little bit, and I'm going to do a little bit more pumpkin scented fragrances. And then I also have a fragrance that has been pretty popular since January, since it launched. We are actually going to take that fragrance. Let me see if I can find it while I'm talking about it. This one right here, Moment of Calm. I am going to talk to you today about how you can take this fragrance, and when we think of this fragrance, we typically think of, body care line. It's a more of a feminine fragrance, just because the name of it is Moment of Calm. And all of the fragrance notes that are in it. I'm actually going to blow your mind a little bit with it today. We're going to do some different things. So lots of exciting stuff about to go down in here. We are totally, hey, Teresa. Pumpkin Paws is so, I know. Oh my gosh, that's so excited. You ordered your kit. Hi, Cammie. Taryn said, I got my scent flirt yesterday and I'm absolutely in love with it. I'm hoping for a couple cartons. Ooh, okay. Well, I'll see what I can do. No promises there, but I know we've definitely got a great show in store for you guys on Tuesday. You definitely do not want to miss out. Hi, Jan. How are you today? You can't wait for your scent flirt? I know. It's pretty gosh darn good. Hey, Lori, what's up? So I've got a couple, I wanted to make sure everybody saw the restocks. This happened yesterday. Speaking of scent flirt, this Pumpkin Paws accent shade made a restock yesterday. It's a scent flirt exclusive. So for those of you that are part of scent flirt, you have access to this cute little guy. I know he was really popular when we launched him. So in case you missed him the first go around, you definitely want to grab him now. These are always while supplies last. Okay, so definitely keep that in mind. Super, super cute accent shade. You got stars all the way around. I do want to point out too that, and that guy is absolutely gorgeous. This has a hole in the back, so it's easy access to put your sprinkles in. And just kind of a fun fact about him. Very, very cute. Very playful. Adorable for the upcoming season. So that one made a return, and then in addition to that, we also have this adorable Spellbooks accent shade. A lot of detail with this one. This one was a huge hit when it came out. Everybody, hey Shannon, what's up? Everybody loved it. I know, I love it. It's definitely got all the the cool effects that Halloween embraces, the season for sure. The Spellbooks accent shade. I have it featured here with the burnt orange simmering light. And then I also have the black drip candle glow, not candle glow, black drip simmering light as well. Candle glow is my favorite. So that naturally comes out. So that's definitely a cool one too. So, you always have your choice of simmering light here. So definitely pick out whatever one you are looking for. And then the big one that made the return, I'm going to grab from back here, lots of fun here, was the Spooky Mansion that launched, earlier this month in July. And this one here has been the showstopper. Look at how amazing. You just placed an order? What did you buy? Tara said, I love the weather, but I'm so excited to decorate for Halloween. I know. You know what? I feel you. And I tell you what, I have a lot. Hi everyone. Good to see you guys. I'm kind of starting my business now and working on the videos. Awesome, Casey. Well, welcome on in. I feel you. I think that I am so excited for the upcoming fall season. It brings on all kinds of things. It definitely brings on, new fragrances, pumpkins, cinnamons, all of that, and then some. And so I understand holding on to summertime. In fact, my kids are going to start school here in like 2 weeks, right? And my youngest child, speaking of summertime, he was like, I'm not quite, maybe a little bit. He's like, I don't feel like I enjoyed my summer, Mom. He's like, I'm not quite, oh, okay. He's like, I don't feel like I'm quite there yet. So he's like, I think I'm going to need to hold on to summer a little longer. So if you're like him, I have some blends for you today too. So not all of these blends are going to be like pumpkin spice galore, even though that's kind of like up my alley. I definitely love, if you I asked you guys this on Monday. So hashtag Team Pumpkin, hashtag Team Apple. I am actually going to do a hodgepodge of those tomorrow, and then some, and probably some other exciting things. So in the comments, drop that down and let me know if you are Team Apple, Team Pumpkin. I always love to know, what side of the fence do you stand on, or if you are neither, you can do that too. Because I know there's some of us that just are not lovers of pumpkin and apple. I don't know. I mean, I love it all. So looks like a lot of Team Pumpkins. All right. So this guy definitely, don't sleep on this. Hi, Brittany. Because this is only while supplies last. You guys, there are not a ton of these. Okay. So I am the messenger here. Don't say I didn't tell you so. Definitely, order that up because it won't last long for sure. All right. I need to give you guys some, hey, Heather, what's up? Good to see you. I've got some really exciting, really different recipes for today. I really put a lot of thought into this because I feel like, and I said this yesterday that, we take all of these fragrances and not saying pointing out anyone in particular, but I think we can kind of get stuck and safe, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm like, well, I know warm apple pie will pair well, and there's no offense to this, but with some cinnamon, or I know it'll pair well with another apple fragrance. Not to say that this isn't delicious, but I really wanted you guys to experience what Pink Zebra has to offer on so many levels. So I'm going to throw you for a loop with some of these fragrances, but I promise you they smell good. And as always, I know I said this in the very beginning. If you are brand new, again, let me know in the comments. And then give us a follow. We love to connect with you. I love to hang with you guys every single day. I'm Beth, and I'm live right in here in the PZTV studio where all the action goes down and then some. Jill says, I need to start looking at the notes and not the fragrance name. Yes. And I have a perfect example of that here in a little bit. So you guys are definitely in for some really good stuff today. Geraldine said, I had to order my Spellbooks accent shade yesterday, but I think I need to order more. I get you, girl. I totally get you. All right. I'm going to give you guys some education on spicy apple, and then we're going to dive right on into these recipes because I'm really excited to give them to you. So today I want to talk a little bit about the spice that is behind the spicy apple, and then a little bit on memory. So Apple, spicy apple, definitely, when you have an apple fragrance, the difference, what makes that different than summer apple is just what you pair up with it. So that's where we came up with spicy apple, because not all apples, right, are the same or are created equal, whereas some, you know, they're going to be more fresher, you know, you're going to have more almost kind of like a not, I don't want to say clean vibe, but like maybe a Granny Smith apple, you know, smell will give you more of that tartness to it. Spicy apple is your traditional fall apple, so that's where we're going with it. The spices that you typically mix in are cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, and allspice. And then it's, as far as layering up, it layers really, really good with vanilla, caramel, and bourbon. Okay, so those are some suggestions on what to blend. Spicy apple actually pulls at the heart, which I think is so interesting. Your scents are actually stored in the limbic system, the same part of the brain responsible for emotion and long-term memory. That's why apple and spice notes often recall holidays, baking, or childhood. It's a psychological warmth. So it's proven that when you are melting or smelling apple fragrances, that sometimes the room might seem to be a little warmer than it actually is. And it's because of that reason, which I think is so interesting. Espresso martini, apple pumpkin butter, and bourbon vanilla. I bet that would be wonderful. Kind of like an apple cold brew, huh? Definitely. Which one, Alita? Do you need this one? Is this the one you're talking about, or is it this orange? I've got two right here in front of me. So good, right? Definitely. Casey, we would be happy to help you get started. You know, the best place to ask those kinds of questions would be over on our consultant Facebook page. So definitely head over there and ask some of those questions over there. And I'm just so glad that you're here today. So stick around. We're going to talk all kinds of recipes and then some. All right. Hey, Janice, what's up, girl? Let's see here. The candle drip. I know, it's gorgeous. It is so pretty. Definitely lots of fun. All right. Let's see here. You know, obviously, whenever we get rid of the summertime, which I know that sounds really sad, then we start to think more towards the spice. That's kind of where this is going. So I definitely, as far as being nostalgic, apple, everybody recognizes it first and foremost. And it's definitely probably one of the most common fragrances that you see amongst homes. We also shared this on Monday. The apple is actually a really great fragrance to melt if you're trying to sell your home. Because it does have that like really inviting fragrance. It definitely has that come on in. You're welcome. Come on in, sit down, you know, all of the things. And it's, like I said, it's definitely nostalgic. So hopefully if you guys have more questions, definitely let me know in the comments as far as fragrance blends and then some. So definitely don't miss out on all those restocks. Lots of good stuff. We're going to start off. This is these are going to be more geared towards, pear or pumpkin lovers and then some. So that's kind of the route that I'm going with this. This first one is going to start us off strong. You're going to see where my brain went with this. So I'm going to start off with Everything Autumn. This is called Pumpkin Pear Spice. I don't know, did I see anyone in the comments, hi Debbie, that is brand new to Pink Zebra? If you are, let me know, right? Okay, thank you for that. You're so sweet. Because you placed in, Taryn says, I placed an order for a few fall scents. Awesome, Taryn. There's some really good ones right now. We're going to start off with Everything Autumn. Everything Autumn is a hodgepodge. It actually has both apple and pumpkin. And then your tail note is pear. Haley is new. Welcome on in, Haley. I'm so glad that you're here. Ask all the questions, right? Stick around a little bit. We're going to actually do some really great blends today. All right, so Everything Autumn, 3 notes. You always have, so if you can see there's your picture. You can see apple, pumpkin, and spice pear are your fragrance notes. That just tells you the order that you're going to smell this. That's where we're going with that, right? So second fragrance, we have to have some cinnamon, right? Because we're going to do a pumpkin blend. So I'm going to grab up my infamous cinnamon. Cinnamon, please tell me I brought it in here. Hold on. Let's see here. Cinnamon spice. Do I not have cinnamon spice in here? I'm going to have to go get it if I don't. I'm not seeing it. Okay. I'm going to go run and get it real quick. All right. Yes. Oh, awesome, Nanine. Thank you, Nanine. Thank you. I don't know what I was thinking, how I'm going to have a live without cinnamon. All right. Cinnamon spice. red hot cinnamon, nutmeg, and clove. Okay. And then third fragrance that I'm going to pair up with this, again, this is called Pumpkin Pear Spice, is actually one that you would never guess. This one is Juicy Orange Air Care Plus, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay, so in this said recipe, and again, this is more of a pumpkin centered recipe. Well, I guess it could go either way. It could go apple, could go pumpkin. I chose Juicy Orange Air Care because of the citrus note that is in this. And citrus, definitely it's going to enhance the apple that is in this as well as the pumpkin. Yes, it is amazing. And in citrus and cinnamon are two definite amazing fragrances to use in the fall. So this is the blend that I'm going to give you is Pumpkin Pear Spice. We do need to be very careful when we are blending sometimes with, in this situation, I don't want this to have an overkill citrus smell. It's just a compliment, right? So when I'm mixing it, I'm probably gonna, I'll give you some ratios just so you guys know. This would be one that you would wanna try to kind of count, not equal parts. I just spilled that. All right, that was 3 scoops of Everything Autumn. And then we're gonna come in with a couple scoops of cinnamon, and then I'm gonna go 1 of the Juicy Orange. All right, so 3, 4, 5, 6. That's half your bag right there. We might do that just again. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's perfect. All right, so we're gonna go around again. So we're gonna go 3 scoops of Everything Autumn, okay? And then I'm gonna go 2 scoops of cinnamon, and then I'm gonna go in with 1 scoop of the orange. Okay. Yes. All right. So this is a prime example of how you can take like non-traditional, and this is exactly what I wanted to do today. Take non-traditional fragrances, like, because yesterday we took that apple pumpkin butter and we blended it. This one was so cool with Beachside Boardwalk, and I've already forgot what else. Oh, Coco Loco, apple pumpkin butter. Like, of all things, you wouldn't have thought, you know, that would pair really well together. So definitely never gotta. I'm not sure, Linda. I'm not exactly sure if you place an order. Sometimes I'll like do a call out all the time. The rest of the time, it's usually, unless I say that I'm going to actually call you out, it's always random, my friend. I don't handpick those unless you do place it whenever I'm live. Sometimes I'll do that. So let's see. You've discovered that apple pumpkin butter is your favorite. Yes. Is it possible to return to Scent Flirt? Absolutely. Absolutely it is. Yeah, you can rejoin Scent Flirt. Do it. Totally do it. All right, so there's your Pumpkin Pear Spice, Everything Autumn Cinnamon Spice, and Juicy Orange Air Care Plus. That was your first one. All right, some of these are going to be more traditional fall blends that I'm giving you. This next one I'm calling Pumpkin Spice Cookie. All right, so we're going to pull out some pumpkin bread, which is one of my absolute favorite pumpkin fragrances that we have in the line. Pumpkin bread, and then I'm gonna pair it up with this cinnamon spice that is here, okay? The 2 of these together, I'll tell you what, you can never go wrong with pumpkin bread. Pumpkin bread is insanely amazing. I'm very, very biased. I do love it a lot, but it's probably one of the best fall fragrances, in my opinion, that we have. And then I'm going to throw in some sugar cookie bliss. All right, so I've got 3 fragrances here, and we are going to just make a pumpkin spice cookie. Yum, right? Hi, Bonnie. How are you today? Good to see you. Yeah, it's going to be great. Trust me, definitely. It's going to be a good one. All right, so your sugar cookie bliss, this one launched as part of 12 Days of Christmas, I think, last year. Definitely a great fragrance for those of you bakery lovers. You've got notes of buttery sugar cookies, vanilla, and frosting, right? So I want to make sure, too, that I say this. If you are watching and you are wanting to make some of these blends, I'd encourage you to head on over to pinkzebrahome.com, log into your account with your consultant, or however you typically order. Anytime I do a live, I always give away blending bags. You always have that chance, too. But you could add a bag or a carton of each of these fragrances. I'm going to tell you that a lot of the fragrances that I'm going to use today are definitely ones that you would want to do a carton of them. They're that good. And then you could be set to do some blending. So this one's pumpkin spice cookie. So we're going to start off with pumpkin bread. I'm going to do 2 scoops of pumpkin bread, 2 scoops of Sugar Cookie Bliss, and then we're gonna come in with a couple scoops of cinnamon. This is, I think you're safe in this situation to do equal parts. Definitely sounds amazing, doesn't it? I got a lot of really great blends today for you. Yeah, that's insane. I love that one. I love the butter fragrance note that's in this sugar cookie. Now I'm getting another idea, so maybe we'll do my idea here a little bit later. But definitely a great one that you could do equal parts of. I think, you know, most of the time when I give you a recipe, it is going to be equal parts unless I specify, but it's all personal preference. Like, you know, there's no right or wrong when it comes to blending, and sky is the limit. Best part about Pink Zebra is that anything goes, right? So you can do any kind of blend when you have over 70 fragrances in a line at any given time, sometimes more. You know, anything is possible. And I think really over the last couple of days, I just wanted you guys to see, you know, how different fragrances that, you know, kind of get out of your comfort zone, how you can take a said, not that we have said summer fragrance, but we did that yesterday, have like Coco Loco, and pair it up with a fall fragrance, and it ends up being wonderful. That is wonderful. If I have Scent Flirt, how do I access my... So Jazz, have you been a part of Scent Flirt for at least 6 months? If you have, so Diana, I'm not going to post these today. These, I don't have a board, so you'll just have to stick around and write them down. Pink Zebra Home is, they're actually commenting on Facebook. If you are, it looks like you're watching from Facebook, so that's probably the best way to get them. If you've been a part, Jazz, of Scent Flirt for at least 6 months, you log into your account, that discount will show up. You signed up for a 6-month? Okay, it's on all fragrance items, my girl. So if you log into your account, then you should be able to order it with that discount. Make sure it's your Scent Flirt account and not another one. Okay? Reach out to your consultant too. They can answer some of those questions as well, and help you if you're struggling, and then some. All right, next up, we're gonna leave the pumpkin bread out. All right, and then I'm gonna grab 3. I thought that was gonna fall. I'm gonna grab 3 other favorite fragrances that you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad you're here. You brought the drip. It's so pretty, isn't it? It has kind of like a little bit of a purple hue whenever it's lit up. It's actually called the Black Candle Drip, but I see purple whenever it's lit. All right, we're gonna grab Spooky Spice Pumpkin, right? And then here I have the pumpkin bread. And then I'm also gonna grab up caramel cauldron and cinnamon roll. All right, let me see here. Frosted cinnamon roll and caramel cauldron. All right, so this one I'm calling pumpkin cinnamon rolls. I didn't go outside the box very far on this one. Hey, Kara, what's up, girl? How are you today? Good to see you. I didn't go out of the box very far, but definitely 4 amazing fragrances right here with the name. I love the cinnamon roll fragrance that is in this. This is, when I first smelled this, I instantly was taken back. Thank you. Thank you. So, I was like, there we go. So good. It's sweet baked dough followed with cinnamon brown sugar and cream cheese frosting. Delicious. I don't think I need to say any more. And then that Spooky Spice Pumpkin actually has more fragrance notes of like brown sugar and baking. So it's a great mixer if you're looking to do some like bakery scents and so forth. So I love it that you're learning. Good. It's always good, you know, definitely always good to learn. This is how we do so, you know, it's just definitely tuning in and you know, sharing what you guys, I don't know how many Team Pumpkins I have out there or Team Apple. I'm probably team both. I don't know that I think I just love both of them. Hi, Rachel. How are you today? Good to see you. You love the frosted cinnamon rolls? Good. It is yummy. It's really good with pumpkin bread. So we've got 4 different fragrances. I just did equal parts of all of this. So this is pumpkin bread. I've got frosted cinnamon roll, spooky spice pumpkin, and then caramel cauldron, which is like next level amazing. So good. I love that caramel cauldron. Anything? Yes. Nope, there's no cinnamon. I don't have cinnamon spice. Just 4 fragrances here. Team both. I know, Shannon. I know. I feel you. I like it all. I like it all. But like I said, so I came in this morning, I shut my door, and I had a purpose because I really wanted to Not to say that we can't do that, this isn't okay, there's no rules, but I really just wanted you guys to be able to truly experience how awesome, you know, it is to be able to kind of customize your own fragrance and not to be scared, you know, because anything goes with blending. I don't know, is anyone that is watching, is it throwing that one in the simmer pot now? She says, oh my God, good girl. I love it that you love it. Teresa, I am too. Can I do a candy apple? So we actually have a candied cinnamon apple, Brittany, that is in the line. Candied cinnamon apple blends well beautifully with pumpkin bread. It would be very complimentary of the caramel cauldron, but we actually have one that's in the line. I don't know if I'm going to use it today, but it's definitely a really, really good one. So hi Beth, how are you? Yeah, thank you, Shannon. All right, let's see here. We're gonna mosey on down, and I'm gonna do another one with pumpkin bread. Obviously, I love my pumpkin bread. Ghostly marshmallow. This is just a 2 fragrance recipe. Again, probably more of what I would say, you know, just if you're new to blending and you're like, I just don't know where to begin, this would be a safe one to try. And I do get that, because I mean, sometimes you're like, well, I don't want it to stink, you know, or I want it to smell, you know, I definitely want it to be good. I get it. You know, but I think that there's so much, like, sky's the limit when we think about blends. There's just so much that we could do whenever we really truly put our mind to it. Hey, what's up, my friends? Yes, same name. That's right. You need to get a recipe book to write them down. You know what? If you head over, if you're wondering where to find those, if you go to pinkzebra.home.com, try again. Facebook page. I think it's the Facebook page. That's where you'll be able to see all of those recipes and such. Now, some, like for today, I don't have a board or anything. Maybe I can do one of those maybe Friday. I don't always do them, so just keep that in mind. All right, so this is one of those recipes, back to safe blending. It is. Scent Flirt actually should be shipping, I think almost all shipped is today. I think maybe today is the last day. Pumpkin bread and then ghostly marshmallow. I am calling this one pumpkin fluff. This is absolutely delicious. You can't go wrong here. This would be kind of more of a, you know, a lighthearted way to feature a pumpkin fragrance with no cinnamon, except for pumpkin bread does have cinnamon in it. But definitely the ghostly marshmallow, what I would say would probably tone that down a little bit when you're blending. Yeah, I love that. I love that so much. Pumpkin fluff, my friends. Ghostly marshmallow and pumpkin bread. If I wanted to add in more cinnamon, I could totally do that. I would, you know, maybe just a couple scoops. Just depends on the person, whatever you want to do. There's no right or wrong. Then it, of course, it would change the recipe, which is totally fine. But really, there's no rules. Hey, Angel, how are you? Good to see you. I see you over there on the TikTok. All right. You're screenshotting it. Yes, a digital board. Oh my goodness. I try to save them, you know, I tell you, yeah, it does. Beth, this is a really good recipe. I actually am going to give you guys a recipe that I put in my office this morning. It's so fun. I can't wait to do it because I wrote it down to give it to you guys today. So we're going to do that. We're going to leave these 2 out. And I'm going to make a latte smell. Do I have any coffee lovers up in here? And let me ask, I'm great, Angel. Hopefully you're doing great. Do I have any coffee lovers? Coffee. Good. You're in good company because I don't operate unless I have at least 2, if I'm going to lie, 3. I need at least 3 cups of coffee to get going. I mean, hey, 1 doesn't count because that's just to get it into my system. The second 2 count. So that's why I say 2. I love coffee. So what I do is I'm like, you know what would I pair up with in my coffee? And I can get burnt out on this. I'll still drink it, but some pumpkin spice latte in my life all the time. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little espresso martini. Okay. And we're just going to blend. This is another safe, definitely 12 ounces to start. You know what, girl? I'm just saying. Yeah, that's the starter cup is the first cup. All right. So we got espresso martini, ghostly marshmallow, pumpkin bread, and then amaretto cream. All right, this is perfection right here. Yes, right? Definitely. So good. When this espresso made its appearance, I was like, yes, so good. All right, so this is your traditional coffee, fragrance. If you're a coffee lover, you've got coffee, sweet cream, chocolate at the very tail end. I love the chocolate note that's in this. So great way to start off your blending. If you're a coffee lover like me, think about what you like in your coffee. This is how I did this. I love pumpkin spice, so I'm like, I'm going to make a pumpkin spice latte. Well, what would I put in my coffee to make that? Well, I'm going to need some pumpkin. I always add some in the evening. I'd add amaretto. Add some amaretto, right? Add some marshmallow, and then I need my coffee base. And that was how I kind of did that. But you could do this fragrance also pairs well with apples. Any of that. I love the bag that I got, Cozy Coffee Shop. Good, Shannon. I'm glad you loved it. So this one is a pumpkin spice blend. So pumpkin spice latte. So I want this to be a little heavier on the pumpkin. So we're going to go 3 scoops of pumpkin bread, and then I'm going to come in and make sure I got my coffee, right? So we're going to go 3 scoops of the coffee, and then I'm going to go 1 of the amaretto and then 1 of the marshmallow. The only reason I did this is because the whole purpose of this recipe is it's a pumpkin spice latte. I need a strong pumpkin and a strong coffee smell. Definitely. Always bring back cafe latte. Golly, that's good. I need some silence for this one. My friends, make this one so good. All right, so 3 scoops of the espresso martini at first, and then I did 3 scoops of the pumpkin bread, and then I came in with 1 and 1 of the toasted marshmallow. I did not count that evenly, just so you know. When you guys get these bags, sometimes they're a little fat. I'll admit, I like to be a little extra. So if I wanted to be like a spot on 3.75 ounce, I would put 12 scoops and I would actually count. I need to be a little better about that. I'm selling myself out. So in the event that you get this one, you're welcome. All right, so this is pumpkin spice latte. Deliciousness, my friends. So good. Jan, what'd you order, Jan? I want to see. If you guys are pumpkin's perfect. Yes, Jasmine. Marshmallow. Jasmine's talking about pumpkin or ghostly marshmallow over on another platform if you're not able to see her comments. So she's just curious, kind of what to blend with it. And this is a great way to blend it, definitely. Let's see here. So Jan says she placed an order. I love it when you guys tell me that you place in orders. Let's see. Jan, I see you. Awesome. All right. I'll send you a bag, Jan. How about that? I'm going to send you a bag just for that. I'm feeling it today. Hint, 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 hint. All right. We're going to just keep on going. You guys having fun? Hopefully you're having fun. I'm having fun. I don't know how you couldn't have fun with this. I mean, this is, right? So much fun. Lots of fun. All right. We're going to do kitchen spice is up next. So this has actually got more of a apple smell than anything. I grabbed apple glazed donut for this one, farmhouse cider and caramel cauldron. Yum. And then I'm going to get into some of the more complex blends that I did here in just a second. So caramel cauldron, love that one. Okay. Apple glazed donut, love that one. Okay. And then your traditional farmhouse cider. When you are looking for a everyday, wonderful, fresh apple fragrance fall, this is your jam. Absolutely wonderful. Farmhouse cider has been around a very long time, like as long as I can remember, and I've been around a really long time. Wonderful fragrance. Tart apple, warm spice cider, and cinnamon. Everybody loves it. Blends so pretty with lots of things. Then we're coming in with this intriguing apple glazed donut. What I love about this one, I had the lid off a little bit ago as I was kind of trying to decide what I wanted to blend, is I like the apple fragrance that is in this. And it's that second note, but this is a Honeycrisp apple. So it's so different than like, let's say, warm apple pie, or even this Golden Harvest has more of a golden delicious type smell. Like they just have, you can tell once you have them next to each other, they just have different fragrances. And I really like that about that. And then this is the infamous caramel cauldron, which I think is life. It takes me back big time since the beginning. I know, Shannon. It was actually one of the very first fragrances that I ever purchased this one, warm apple pie, and then we had one called ooey gooey caramel, and that's why I'm in love with this caramel fragrance, because it really reins it all in. All right, kitchen spice, can't go wrong with this. We're gonna start off with some farmhouse cider. When I smell this, I instantly think nostalgic country store vibes. That's what I smell whenever I smell this. You know, if I'm from the Midwest and we have small little country stores all the way through these little country towns, you go into an antique shop, you know, you got your primitive decor if you're going there, and that's what this reminds me of. Just a very welcoming fragrance. So we're gonna pair up all the three of these, and I am calling this just basic kitchen spice. You love the Midwest. That's exactly where I was from. I born and raised in Illinois. Now I love this so much. That's perfection. Okay, so farmhouse cider, equal parts, and then I already forgot the name of it. Apple glazed donut, and then caramel cauldron. We're gonna go around one more time. Very, very good, very safe. Definitely a spicy apple type blend, but with the sweetness of the caramel. Look at that. Ohio in the house. How about it? You know what? Yeah, there's so many new fragrances. If you are just tuning in, welcome on in. We are doing some really great, fun blends today. I've definitely been cranking some out this week. This is kitchen spice, apple glazed donut, farmhouse cider, and caramel cauldron. Lots of good stuff. Apple pie was your first sample. You know what? Warm apple pie, it's definitely one that I think everybody needs in their life, for sure. It's a wonderful fragrance. As a matter of fact, let's do a blend with it before I really change tunes and switch some things up. Let's just do, this is a standard. I'll tell you what, if I was looking to do, for some fall fragrances, and I wanted like traditional fall, nothing crazy, you know, just basic fall fragrances. Both the two of these are exactly what I would go for. They are both apple fragrances, but they're both very different apple fragrances. So warm apple pie that Teresa was just talking about, fantastic fragrance. This is like bakery 101, baked apple, warm brown sugar, and cinnamon. And then I would pair that up with some farmhouse cider. The two of these, you cannot go wrong. They're both wonderful. They both scream fall and bring me back, you know, like to my roots, really. I feel like they are just the perfect fragrances for those that are looking. So farmhouse cider and warm apple pie, definitely probably one of the first mixes I would say I ever did too, because I had both of these. And I think, you know, when I first started, the young lady that was actually at the home party that whenever I was introduced to Pink Zebra, said, you can blend them, you know, so if you're going to get a few fragrances, you know, to try out or whatever, because like Teresa DeNoble had said over on another platform, she needed to make sure that it was migraine and asthma friendly. I needed to make sure it wasn't going to bother my allergies. So, you know, good news is Teresa and I have both been around for almost 12 years. And so I think that that's the proof in the product, right? I'm not sure if I've got any allergy sufferers that are, or headache sufferers that are watching right now. Speak up, because definitely, you know, the product is not only incredible for the fact that it smells good and it's longevity, and then you could blend it. But if you're a chronic migraine sufferer and, you know, you're able to use our product, amazeballs, right? How freeing is that? You know, so I heard from so many people a couple weeks ago at our, what we call our family reunion, saying, you know, that they themselves were sufferers of migraines and that they've been able to use our products. With you, it's pine and vanilla, you know, and I think we have certain triggers. Yes, you definitely have certain headache triggers. For me, I don't have a said allergy to anything that is in Pink Zebra products, but it's definitely the smells, what is in the chemicals and so forth of what I was using. That's what it had actually infected me. So Shelby said, my headaches have decreased an incredible amount. I think being focused on the smells helps. Yeah, I know. I love this one so much. Make this. This is so simple. So definitely, and I'm going to tell you right now, don't even just go right to the carton with this one. Love it. go right straight. I don't have a name for this one, Jennifer. It's just farmhouse cider and warm apple pie. You know, just two amazing apple fragrances in one bag. Shannon says, that's what got me. I'm allergic to almost all fragrance items. I've been using these for almost 13 years. Absolutely. Betsy's talking about it. Yes. It doesn't trigger a migraine, she says. Yeah. Hi, Christy. We're talking about headache-friendly fragrances up in here in case you guys are just tuning in, and then some and all the things. And I'm going to give you some amazing blends because I want to talk about that. We've got some really great things. All right. So who is in here a lover of Moment of Calm? I'm going to give you a second to answer my question. Have you smelled Moment of Calm? Are you a lover of Moment of Calm? Please tell me in the comments what you think of Moment of Calm. Okay, so this is a 3 fragrance recipe. Look, all right, look, they're coming on in. I love Moment of Calm. I love Moment of Calm. Love Moment of Calm. All right, let me ask you this. And they're still talking about, over on the Book of Faces, they're still talking about headache friendly. I love it. Tanya, welcome on in. All right, so what do you blend with Moment of Calm? For those of you that love Moment of Calm, what do you think of? What does it remind you of? Tell me. I want to know in the comments before I give you some blends. So right here in front of me, I have caramel cauldron, which is your buttery caramel, your brown sugar, and your creamy vanilla. And then some pumpkin bread, spiced pumpkin clove, and warm cinnamon. You love it. I love it. You love it. You're wanting some more. What do you think of it? Like as far as, all right, let me go out on a limb. Okay. Scent-Flirt is good. I know Brenda. Brenda got her Scent-Flirt. She's like, what? You placed an order, Phyllis? Tara says, I'm a Moment of Calm lover. Okay. When I first smelled that, I'm going to admit that it instantly, okay, great. Shannon says, it makes me think of vacation. It makes me think of vacation too. But it also makes me think of like a gorgeous, warm perfume, right? Something that I would use in a like body spray, like it all over. You know, it's just very feminine. Am I warm? Are you guys getting that? Like it's definitely one of those fragrances that is Christian. We would love to have you. If you are wanting to know, there are some really amazing consultants that are tuned in on the Book of Faces that we would love to help you. So definitely stick around. We're going to do some blends. All right, I'm talking about Moment of Calm right now because I'm going to tell you that I think when we first launched it, right? Let me see here, Phyllis. I'm looking for Phyllis. When we first launched Moment of Calm, I think we instantly all thought, because I'm going to read you your fragrance notes. I'm going to blend it with something that is feminine, something that smells like nice and perfumey or whatever. You know, I think it's super pretty. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're not doing that today. I'm taking you guys out on a limb. All right. We're going to go out on a limb and we're going to definitely, I have, Lolita, I have. I actually have that blend here in just a little bit. So Moment of Calm has notes of salted pistachios, pink jasmine, and sun-warmed tonka. All right, so here's the deets. We're going to blend the 3 of these together, and I'm going to tell you why, okay? Moment of Calm, all right, this is in my office, my friends, and it's incredible. Moment of Calm, pumpkin bread, and caramel cauldron. I want to talk a little bit about what's in this notes. I'm going to tell you where my brain went with this. So the salted pistachios that's obviously your front note in Moment of Calm. So that's going to give you your nutty, buttery, warmth of it. And then it's going to also amplify anything that it pairs with. And then that's followed up with that pink jasmine. That's where I think a lot of us think, it needed to be feminine and needed to be, soft. Okay. We're not doing that, right? I want to change your trajectory, change your ideas. And then you followed up with sun-warmed tonka. Okay. So whenever I heard about tonka, I was like, all right, I know nothing about what a tonka bean smells like, but I do know now vanilla and caramel and a little bit of almond, a hint of cinnamon, right? But it takes on a warm fragrance. That is when you are smelling the Moment of Calm, you're smelling a warm fragrance. That's that, that inviting, and that's where we're getting that feminine, plus we have the jasmine that's in there, right? So in this situation, we're not doing that. we're pulling the nutty pistachio, but that tonka bean. All right, and I'm going to promise you, I'm promising you this is good. I promise. I am calling this pumpkin caramel cream. My friends, get ready to be mind blown. If you have the means to do all these, you're going to need to just do this right alongside of me, and trust me when I tell you it's incredible. All right, so moment of calm. We're going to start off with a couple scoops, right? And then we're going to come in with some pumpkin bread. I think I did equal parts of this, but I'm going to smell it and make sure because I really wanted to be able to smell the moment of calm. But this is one of those situations, though, where you're going to be like, wow. I just didn't have any idea. Do I need an assistant? Oh, Marie, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. I don't know. I lost my train of thought there. Yeah, I wanted to be able to smell the moment of calm, which is perfect right now. It's perfect. Okay. So that's pulling that buttery warm smell from this, the two of these together. So, and then it comes in with the pumpkin. Ah, Sherry Bresky. I knew somebody was going to blend. I told you. And see, let me ask you this. Yes, go order Moment of Calm. Do yourself a favor. If you don't have all three of these, go do it. All right? Because I promise you, this is really good. All right, I put it in my office, and I instantly, when I walked in there, well, I love all three of these separately anyways, but I was like, this is what makes me happy. All right, so, but I think, let me ask you this. Sherry, when you first started blending this Moment of Calm, though, and I think this is where my brain went too, was that I need to blend it with florals, or I need to blend it with feminine fragrances or beach fragrances because, it's called Moment of Calm, and then it has all this in it. And this is a prime example about how when you blend it in, I'm going to go one more scoop of this. I want it to be a little bit heavier on that. It will complement it. And like I'm just telling you, the fragrance notes, it's because of the salted pistachio, okay? And then that tonka bean. My friends, it's really good. Yes. All right, that's perfect. So definitely make sure you are heavy-handed with more so than the other two. And I want you to do that because I want it to be able to pull the caramel and the Moment of Calm together. So what do I recommend for an apartment? Oh my gosh, you know what? Okay, somebody's asking over on TikTok, right? So maybe we can all chime in on this. What would I recommend for an apartment, like to smell? If you put, gosh, what are your fragrance go-tos? If you wanted to fragrance it well, you're not going to have a problem, first of all, fragrancing it that well with our product. So it depends on the strength of are you a sensitive to strong fragrances, or do you like the strong fragrances? I guess that's the good question to ask. So Sherry made this. I love it. I love it that you made it. Yes. What did I name this one? Oh gosh, I already forgot. Hold on. What did I call it? Does anyone remember? I just threw it in here. Pumpkin caramel cream. Pumpkin caramel cream. All right. So we're going to switch tunes again, and I'm going to continue to do bizarre blends. Next up, I don't have a name for this one. Somebody actually asked me over on TikTok. I have a warmer in my living room, but since it's a little bit big, it doesn't fragrance. Have you tried? You might. If you're, it was Moment of Calm, pumpkin bread, and caramel cauldron. If you have a room, if your living room where you have your warmer is larger than 20 by 20, then you do need at least 2 warmers. That's what we tested. So just to give you an idea, if that's what you're experiencing. I love that, Sherry. Good. So we're going to take pumpkin bread, okay? And I'm going to blend in a little bit of pink pineapple. All right, we've done this one before on live. I think this is such a fun blend. I can't take credit for this at all. This one is my girl Dana's. She gave this to me, I think, whenever I ordering another warmer. Okay, girl, let us know if there's anything else that you have questions on. We'd be happy to. This pink pineapple is, I always smile when I smell it because it smells so good. So pink pineapple has notes of fresh pineapple, mango, and coconut. When I started here, Dana had said to me, and it's so interesting because, we've been friends a very long time, and I never knew she blended these two together. And she's like, have you done pink pineapple and pumpkin bread. And I said, you're crazy. And she said, try it. Trust me, just try it. And she was right. Okay. This is an incredible blend, but just like what I just did with Moment of Calm, you wouldn't typically think this pineapple fragrance, pineapple coconut mango fragrance would pair well with pumpkin bread, and it does. Actually, pumpkin fragrances, they typically pair very well with fruits, hence pumpkin and apple, pumpkin and lemon, definitely. So just think, oh, well, thank you. So just thinking outside the box, I don't have a name for this. I don't know what she calls it, but this is one of the best blends. And I think it's exactly because it's so unique. When you melt it, trust me, you'll notice a difference. It's just fun. It's definitely fun. So, yes. Hi, Crystal. Love it, right? I think I might go a hair heavier on the pumpkin bread with this one. I don't know that she does equal parts. For some of you that have done this one, do you do equal parts of this? It's just really, really good. So you'll have to name it. If you haven't done it yet, call it Pink Pumpkin. That's cute. We could, Megan. That's really cute. Pink Pumpkin. I like it. We're going to do it. Pink Pumpkin. We just named it. I never had named it. So Pink Pumpkin. Love it. All right, Pink Pumpkin it is. Definitely outside the box. All right, I'm going to keep this coming. I've got more where that came from. We are going to do another one with some, another pink fragrance, but I'm going to pull back out that Moment of Calm. So I just took Moment of Calm and did it more of a savory, warm fragrance. Now we're going to take Moment of Calm. Trust me, go get some of this. It is so good. And we're going to throw in a little bit of... let's see, Beach Soul, okay? So this is probably more up the route that I wanted to go with this when this first launched, only because I feel like when I looked at the label, because a lot of times I'm like, okay, what's it called? When did it come out? What did I think it'll blend well with? And I instantly went to a beach, right? Or a feminine fragrance. Well, this is that said blend. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take Moment of Calm, and we're going to blend it with some Beach Soul. I like Summerween. That's cute. Beach Soul, Freesia, Warm Sugar, and Amber. And then I'm coming in clutch with Pink-tastic. All right, Pink-tastic. Yum. Fresh raspberry, creamy floral, and amber. You guys know me. You know that I'm all about this fragrance because why? Because it has amber in it. Because I love everything with amber. Pink-tastic. All right, I am calling this one. This is going to be for those of you that like more of a nice, feminine, feel-good fragrance. This is going to be for you. So for the ladies, this is, or anyone that likes feminine fragrances, this is for you. Pink Beaches, Moment of Calm, Beach Soul, and Pink-tastic. And next up, I have a man fragrance. I do. I have a man fragrance. You have two cartons of Moment of Calm. It is so pretty. So pretty. This Pink-tastic actually launched... I knew I needed something. Hold tight. It actually launched on last year as one of our conference fragrances, our reunion as we call it. And it was so popular amongst consultants that we added it to the line. It's just got a really, really pretty, it's got fruits and it's got the warmth of the amber. So definitely a really fantastic fragrance. So I feel like Moment of Calm and all three of these together, definitely a really pretty one. Pink Beaches is what I'm calling this. Pink-tastic, Beach Soul, and Moments of Calm. Now here, okay, like I said, I feel like it's going to pull more floral. Yeah, I love that. I love that so much. Write that down. So good. I like that Beach Soul. I'm going to be sad when that goes away because that was just such a really pretty one that we came out with. Crystal, I'm so glad that you're here today, my friend. So definitely always feel free to just tune in with us and learn. We're always, I'm live every single day talking about headache-friendly fragrances. And then some with all of the amazing customers out there, wherever you're tuning in from. If you are not following us, I encourage you to give us a follow. You never know, fun stuff, always pops up on the daily. So definitely, if you are a lover of home fragrance, this is the place for you. I love that. Friends, that is incredible. So good. Pink Beaches. Pink Beaches. You're from Virginia? Wow, I love Virginia. I had family that lived in Virginia, on Virginia Beach, actually. Gorgeous out there. Just love it. Definitely love it. Okay. All right. So that was just a prime example of taking moment of calm and making more feminine. But talk about versatility, though. Talk about, you know, being able to take a fragrance like this, right, that you typically wouldn't think that would blend well with food fragrances, and being able to blend it. Isn't that fun? I mean, that's, like I said, that's what makes us so unique, so different, so, you know, awesome, right, so to speak. I'm going to go make Pink Beaches when I change out my warmers. Oh, I love it. I would love to know what you think of it, because I really, really like it. Yeah. So Moment of Calm, I've been talking about this one a lot today. Salted pistachios, pink jasmine, and sun-warmed tonka. Beautiful fragrance notes. Definitely one of those that you need to have. So popular when it launched in January that we made it a part of the signature line. So if you love it, good news, it's not going away. So definitely, yes. Oh, I love that. Pink that supports breast cancer. Yes, I do. Yeah, you get to blend outside the box. I know. Well, don't you think that's what makes this unique, though, Kara? I mean, is that the ability to customize your own fragrance, right? And not to say that you have to. Looks like Moment of Calm is coming to me. She says, not to say that you have to. Suggestion: blended carton of cover. Oh, Andy. Not to say that you have to. You can stay in your comfort zone, but I think that's what makes this so much fun, is especially coming from you guys. I've had so many amazing suggestions. You guys have given me recipe, suggestions, and then some. This last one has nothing to do with pumpkins, nothing to do with apples, nothing to do with spice, and everything to do with a sharp dressed man. If you are a lover of a sharp dressed man in your life, let me know, because I'm about to give you one that smells like a sharp dressed man. All right, we're gonna do it, my friends. All right, and yesterday I made this. I got to tell on her for a second. I made this one, and I had Nicole, like I said, Nicole, come here. Like I do a lot of times. I said, I need you to smell this. And do you know what she did? You know what she did? She took it. She said, thanks. I said, wait a minute. So if that tells you anything, right here is Sharp Dressed Man. So masculine fragrances, even if you don't have a sharp dressed man that you love, if you're a masculine fragrance lover, this is going to be right up your alley. We're going to start off with another fragrance that we could totally take different ways. Potion number 13. Very, very, very pretty. Notes of aquatic bergamot, tonka, and amber. Got a lot of love for this one right here. Definitely fantastic. Oh my gosh. I had some diffuser oil that was potion number 13, true fact, that accidentally spilled on my lunch bag, okay? And I keep my lunch bag in my cupboard, okay? And I set it on the shelf. And I didn't realize it. I set my lunch bag on the shelf, and then I went to my cupboard the next day, and my entire cupboard smelled like potion number 13. And it dawned on me that it was my lunch bag. Incredible fragrance, smells so good. Stone washed denim. This is best fresh smell ever. Fresh laundry, juniper and warm woods. Fireside vanilla smoke. You're gonna want to write this down. I'm gonna tell you right now because it's that good. Fireside vanilla, write it down, okay? Fireside vanilla, smoky vanilla, bourbon, and woody cologne. And last but not least, we're coming in strong with some California Boy, Brazilian musk, warm teakwood, and cedar. All four of these fragrances make up Sharp Dressed Man. Not me already writing this down. Trust me on this one. It smells so good, all right? So this is your traditional, manly, all things just a little bit masculine, but just overall good house smell right here. That Fireside Vanilla, I can't talk about it enough. If you don't have it in your scent arsenal, you definitely need to get it because it blends so pretty with about everything. And then California Boy. So potion number 13, Stonewashed Denim, Fireside Vanilla, and California Boy is Cat's Meow. I love this one. It smells so good. Oh, wow. Okay, so you've got the amber and the potion 13, the vanilla, you've got the teak wood, and then you've got the freshness of the juniper. Like I said, this is just all around good stuff, right? So, Sharp Dressed Man, definitely home run, probably my favorite today. I would say probably my favorite today. Smells that good. That one or the coffee one. I think it depends. Right now, since it's past coffee 30, I'll say it's this one because it's definitely good. So this is what's going in your office next. You'll have to let me know, Teresa, if you do make it. So good. All right, so definitely make this one. Sharp Dressed Man. Everybody loves a good Sharp Dressed Man. That one definitely smells like one. So tomorrow, I am going to be calling tomorrow the best of the best. We're going to come out with I'm going to come up with some more blends. We're going to do, of course, we're going to do some blending. You never know what else we'll do. And then some. And then Friday, I've got surprises up my sleeve, and I'm not going to share what I've got up my sleeve, but I'm going to tell you that Tuesday, you don't want to miss PZTV. I'm your little bird, and I'm sharing with you that PZTV is going to be mind-blowing, okay? Don't say I didn't tell you. Don't say I didn't tell you, because I just did, all right? Take all the notes with these recipes. Definitely, if you need some fall fragrances, this was a great live to tune in from. I'll be live again tomorrow. I'm always live every day from about 12 o'clock to 1, give or take a little bit and then some. So hints, please. No hints just yet. So that is the deal. Hot Cocoa Comfort. Chris, you know what? I'll be honest with you with that one. That's a tough fragrance to blend. Do you have that one handy? You're welcome, Marie. Chris is asking on Pink Zebra Home about Hot Cocoa Comfort. I'm going to tell you that I struggled with that one a lot to blend. You're welcome, Sherry. I think anytime with that one, because you don't want it to overtake the entire bag, I would go lighter with that one. I think if you add in a little bit of caramel, the caramel cauldron, some amaretto to that, it would probably complement it. Yes, you're welcome. Add with anything super sweet. Yep, definitely good. Yes. All right, you need a couple of this month's scent flirt in a diffuser oil. Oh my gosh, I know, Taryn. I know what's coming. All right, I feel you. All right, you guys, go be awesome today. Thank you, as always, for tuning in and hanging out with me. As always, you guys are the best part of my job. I love it. Love you so much. So I'm going to hop off of here. If you missed anything, go over to the Book of Faces. You'll be able to see all of the different recipes that we talked about in the comments of this live. Mwah! I'm gonna go hang up my live, hang up the phone. Hang up the phone. I'm so old school. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right? Bye.